a presenter or a broadcaster and interested in joining us, please go to our website, extradio.co.uk.
This is EXT Radio.
yes. Oh, I'm so excited to be here. Welcome to Daring Deeply. I'm Asanda London. I'm so happy to be here. I've missed mixing. I've missed the decks. It's been like 9 whole days since I last played. I was at BBE for Blend on Thursday last week, and I didn't make it here last week on Sunday for the Daring Deeply show, which I'm really sorry about. But we move. I'm here today. Really exciting guests coming on later on, who actually was the reason why I had my very first radio guest appearance as a DJ last year in May, I believe. So we've got DJ Sizzla on the show. He runs the Ubuntu show every Sunday from 1 till 3 GMT. So today I'm just going to be having some fun, playing tracks that have been in my roster for this week, and yeah, super excited to get into it. Thanks for joining. If you're on Instagram Live, hello. If you're on Mixcloud, hello. Hi Timon, always there. I absolutely love you. And yeah, let's get into it. Thank you, and have a great Sunday. This is 8-9 Music, by the way. After Midnight by 8-9 Music. Enjoy. Gorgeous song. This is Amber Quartz, Tima Deep, and Tux Ancestral. It's called Loving You. Enjoy. So I still love you now. Tell me I'm not crazy, baby. 'Cause I still love you. a lovely song for such lovely weather. This is called Remember the High by Tima Deep. Gorgeous. This one's called Spiritual Warfare. It's by Don Jesse. It's the Mafia Natives Deeper Mix. Beautiful.
should I take my chances with you? Maybe should I take that high risk, baby? Just to be with you. If you hurt me along the way, and break my heart in thousand pieces, the blame is on me. It's on me. If you hurt me along the way, and break my heart in thousand pieces, the blame is on me. The blame is on me. Take my chance with you. Just know that I'm giving
All right.
you my heart.
Inky 5 and Drama Drizzy is on me.
More than I pray for myself. If you hurt me along the way, and break my heart in thousand pieces, the blame is on me. If you broke my heart, just know I will blame myself.
Scrimbo and C Black. Asambeni, it's the saxed up mix. That sax is saxing. The sax is saxing. Oh, I love this version. Okay, here we go. Axel, Mega BT, and King Touch. It's called Trendsetter. This is their latest release. It came out last week. I actually played it out and about. Absolutely loving this song. Love this song. Yeah. Wow. Enjoy. It's called Trendsetter.
You're a trendsetter.
having quite an academic deep appreciation day today on the Going Deeply show. So this is Iman Found My Light Academic Deep new mix. I'm loving lots of the remixes that Academic Deep has sent me, especially this one, and I don't know if I'll have time to play the rest, but I'll play them next week. Such fun, such fun. So Iman Find My Light Academic Deep new mix. realised I was talking to Instagram Live and I had the mic on. I'm clearly out of practice. Yeah, someone on Instagram Live asked me, have you started prepping for your Cape Town set? And I said, yes, but no, because there's going to be a lot of music out between now and 2.5 weeks. So I have a sense of what I want to share, but I also don't know. Also, until I get into the room, I'm so excited. I'm playing twice in Cape Town on that first week that I'm out there for my 3-month training tour that I'm blessed and privileged to go on. So yeah, this is Iman Found My Light Academic Deep's new mix, and I'm about to mix in probably like one of my favourite tracks of The Soul Princes. It's unreleased. It'll be coming out later this month. Super excited. It's called Ubuntu in Transit. One person that makes beats like this is The Soul Prince. Oh, I love The Soul Prince so much. Thanks for sending me this. It's called Ubuntu in Transit. It's featuring Baninzi, Azolo, and Funkaleeta. And it's also known as Made in Jozi. Made in Jozi? Funkaleeta, this is Jozi. I'll be seeing you guys there soon. Okay, I'm gonna let the rest of the track play out and then I'm welcoming the guest on soon. So enjoy. Here we go. For this next part of the show where I get to introduce our wonderful guest, DJ Sizzla's in the house. Woo! Thanks for coming on, Sizwe. Appreciate you. Okay, so that was Ubuntu in Transit by Dassault Prince and a couple of his friends.
What do we like? What do we like? We're going to start this all over again. It's a hot day in London town.
Oh my God, you won't believe. You will not believe what we've just done. Two EXT pros. Wow, we're going to do this again. So, because I'm out of practice, because I haven't been in the studio last week, I forgot to turn the mic on. So we're going to introduce DJ Sizzla, please. Welcome to the studio.
Hello again. We're just going to blame the weather.
It's too hot.
We'll just blame the weather. We'll just blame the weather.
Okay, introduce yourself.
So, take two. My name is DJ Sizzla. I am the host of the Ubuntu show every Sunday, 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. My name is actually Sizwe. And I've been doing this for quite a while, like the music thing, over 20 years, should we say. And Asanda was one of our guests. You might have missed it, but she was our guest a year ago in March.
Yeah.
And just seeing her growth has been amazing.
Oh, actually, I need to share what I shared earlier when the mic was off. So I realised that I came on in March last year, and it was my first guest appearance as a DJ on radio, or even just stepping into the kind of the DJ space. And I was so welcomed when I came on the Ubuntu show back then, and I had such a blast. I had a fantastic time. Even when I watch it back, I can just see the excitement, you know. And I think that that's testament to the space that you create and have created for so many up-and-coming DJs who are then able to use that as a springboard to then kind of grow and kind of, you know, flower into whatever routes they go on to take. Which is the reason why then I was even able to, you know, think about having a show and come on here and then have you on as a guest. Like, it's like a full circle moment, right? Okay, continue. Mic's on? Yeah, mic's on. Go ahead.
So, so the Ubuntu show, it started in, it's been going for like 2-3 years.
Nice.
And one of the main reasons why I started the Ubuntu show is, like, if I give a little background,
Yeah,
a lot of people think I'm from the Caribbean, which I'm not. I'm actually from South Africa. Both parents are from South Africa. But our history is that my mother was a part of Umkhonto Sizwe back then, during the apartheid times.
Wow.
So my mum was kicked out of the country, hence me being born here in the UK.
You were born here?
I was born here in the UK.
Wow.
So I was born in the UK because my mum couldn't be in South Africa.
Yeah.
And then my mum moved us to Zimbabwe.
Okay.
So in Zimbabwe, family could come and visit us because she was part of the ANC at the time of apartheid. She couldn't go into South Africa.
Okay.
So I was raised in Zimbabwe.
Wow.
So
I did not know that.
right. So that's a little bit of the history. So I came back here when I was about 14-ish.
Wow.
14-ish from Zimbabwe.
Okay, cool.
So I've never actually lived in South Africa.
Wow.
So I've gone back to visit, but I've never actually grew up in South Africa because of what I've just explained.
Yeah. Where were you in Harare then?
I was in a town called Gweru,
Okay.
a small little town called Gweru
Okay.
in Zimbabwe. And it was a nice little town. I enjoyed myself.
Did you pick up the language?
I did. I used to speak Shona, but I'm out of practice now. You can tell from the accent. I'm well out of practice. So if we forward on to now with the Ubuntu show, it was my way of connecting with home. So I started the Ubuntu show in terms of just a way of just being at home, the music, the culture. And another big aspect of it was, because you're from SA, everyone just assumes you're just Amapiano and just one way.
These days.
Even then, because like Amapiano's been here for a while, you know. So
3 years ago,
yeah. So you got Afro House and you got all that kind of stuff. But I wanted people to realize that South Africa is just more than just one thing,
Yeah, right.
and that's how I started
Yeah, bringing
the.
the guests and,
Well, even before the guests,
Okay.
that's how the Ubuntu, because it used to be called the SA show.
Yeah, I remember. That's what it was called when I came on.
When you came
Yeah.
on, yeah. When you came on, it was the SA show, and then we changed it to the Ubuntu show
I love it.
to be more encompassing.
Yeah.
As you know, I am, because
Yeah.
we are.
We are.
There you go.
There you go.
So that's a little background into how the Ubuntu show came about.
Wow. Beautiful. Is it back over to me then? Host. Put two DJ hosts in the studio at once and see what happens. See if we can turn the mic on, first of all. I'm still cracking up. Okay, so let's get into a little bit about sort of where you are right now. Your observations about what the scene, so you sort of mentioned a little bit about, you know, people's expectations or assumptions that as a South African DJ or someone that's in this scene, your primary focus is Amapiano. What's it like now for you to witness this as a sort of as an elder? I can say this because you were like my elder brother. As an elder, like seeing the kind of new, fresh, hungry talent coming in. Of course, what's happening in SA in terms of the music scene, the industry as a whole, reaching kind of global heights, and then what that means for the kind of local UK diaspora and the scene here. Any thoughts that you'd like to share on that? I'd love to get into it.
I think it's an amazing thing for once, for putting SA on the map. You know, whatever genre it is. I mean, like Afro House has been around for a hot minute. So Black Coffee, Timber, they've been doing this stuff for a while. Obviously with the growth of Amapiano and me, deep house is my love.
Jeez.
And that's something and that's something that we're pushing much more now. But as a whole, I think it's just great that we're able to show our culture through music and just showing what we do, because there's a lot of talented people, and I think here in the UK and around the world they're getting to see South Africa, the talent that comes out from South Africa, and I think that's just a beautiful thing.
Yeah. So what happens? So I'm going to go slightly deeper now. We were having a conversation just earlier today about kind of what happens when we're thinking about the growth, of Southern African music, of African electronic music, and the kind of recent growth that we're now navigating when it's kind of on like a real commercial kind of success growth scale. When we're thinking about the kind of tension that we're experiencing right now in terms of the kind of the big dogs bringing over talent from SA and what it represents then for kind of local grassroots communities and nightlife kind of curators and promoters that are bringing over talent from SA. You mentioned something really, really powerful to me before the show, which was, and I'll let you get into it actually, but something around, there is an abundance of talent and we seem to be going for the same folks to bring them over. And then we come up against, like, of course they're going to go for more, they're going to go for the booking that's going to be paying them more, because ultimately it's also business, right? So I'd love for you to share a little bit more about that from your opinion, if you'd feel comfortable to.
Yes. I mean, like, the recent controversy that's been happening, I won't mention names, I can't go into depth on that, honestly, because I don't know. So I wouldn't like to speak on something that I don't know about. But in general, like you're saying, with the UK promoters who are bringing artists from South Africa, I think it's a great thing, and where I'm from is like we can all eat, right. And yes, sometimes you want to go for the big headlines and that kind of thing, but my thing as well is that it's just not the big names, like there is so much talent. There is so much talent in South Africa.
And the youth.
Yeah, there is the youth, even the older generation. There's such a talent pool. Yeah. So we don't need to argue over going for the same names or X, Y, Z. Just go out there, make relationships with people, and bring them over here. And like, I grew up in an era. I grew up in hip hop. And as our brother Trouble, who's here, would know, like, the era that I grew up in, if you sounded like someone else, that's a cardinal sin. Do you know what I mean? So that's my thing, is like, why do you want to be like anyone else? Right. So you don't have to go for the same people. You can change your style. You can go a different lane. You can go different paths and create your own thing and create your own sound. If you're having problems down here, then you can go over there. Right.
Producers are creating such different sounds.
Yeah. Yeah, there's producers, there's artists, there is so many places that we can take this, and there's so much room for growth. Do you know what I mean? So my thing is like, just go out there, strike relationships with different artists, with different promoters, whoever it is that you need to, and if you're a promoter over here, you can bring those people over here and just do something different. We don't always have to sound the same. It doesn't have to be a monolith. Yeah. It just, for me, it's like everybody can eat. Yeah. We're all in the same space. Yeah. And fundamentally, we all want the same thing.
Right. Facts. I think this thing that you're speaking to about everyone can eat and everyone should eat, there's an abundance, right? I think the challenge that we're facing right now, which many kind of scenes, many genres in the music kind of history of music have experienced, is there's like a big fish that's kind of hoovering up the opportunities and leaving the smaller fish dry. And I think that it means that only one person eats then, in terms of jeopardizing relationships with those artists that potentially are going to be coming over for a potential booking with one of our kind of parties that we all attend, and then the kind of hoovering up monopoly style like promoters come in and they're like, no, because exclusivity clause and all the things that business brings, all the things that we've seen historically that happens in the music industry. But I think with this, it's fresh, it's new, it's again, like you say, it's the first time SA's on the map. So there's a lot of care that has to go into it. And I think as a community then on the kind of grassroots level, these are the conversations that we then find ourselves in, which is like, where's the balance? How are we able to also eat? How are we also able to share this thing where it's not just jeopardized by this massive monopolizing promoter? That's the thing, and you can share whatever you feel like on this, by the way. Let the conversation go wherever you feel like.
Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying. I'll go back to the original where I was saying, like, I can't speak on this topic because I don't know. Yeah. And that's just from my stance point. I don't know the intricacies of everything. So from where I am, I can't speak on the topic. What I would say in terms of like with the Ubuntu show, for instance, is like we bring all types of artists on the show, whether they're someone who's here or someone there. We give a platform to everybody. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So as like I said to you, my boss before, we call these rich man's problems. And my thing is like, in the corporate world, these things happen, and it's just navigating and finding a way to make your own lane, you know. So that's where I'm from. I know it sounds not I should say political, but being a safe answer. But it's just but it's the truth. Yeah. It's like I'm just from a place where I stay in my lane, and I do what I do. Okay. I've heard you hear things, but I can't speak on XYZ because I haven't experienced it from that point of view. But like I just say, it's just one of those ones where, and it's not a new thing. Like South African music, Southern African music has been around for a hot minute, you know. So carve your lane. You're gonna have difficulties. The bigger you get, and all that. There's always going to be a competition. That's just the nature of the beast. You see where I'm coming from, and that's the way I see it. It's just a case of, yes, it's going to be difficult. You're gonna face challenges in life, whether it's business or just anything that you do in life, but you find a way. Do you see where I'm coming from?
Yeah. Aside from like, it's so valid also because there's so many different opinions to this thing that's kind of currently that our community is facing, and I think that there's a moral and ethical standpoint that. I mean, I run my mouth. I will be the first to run my mouth about something if I get, and the emotions do come into it. You know, it's that thing that you were speaking about with, you know, think logically and allow for the emotions to kind of be taken out of it because it's a music business. For me, I think I've tried to find the balance with how to think about it from a sharing and caring perspective for the people first, not just the kind of folks that are just in it just for money. But that's a whole other, and I guess I'm sharing it because it's the show, and you know, and I've spoken about this so many times, and I get really, really angry, and I think that rage comes from a place where I'm like, I want to dance in spaces that are full of soul. I want to dance in spaces where everyone is feeling really free and connecting with the music first. And it's not about necessarily even who's behind the decks. It's just like this is an energy that's created by a space because the curators have put in so much care into it. So I'm going to ask you the final question before we go into your top 10 tracks or however many tracks we can get through, okay? Okay, so the question is a question that I ask all guests, which is what is one set that changed you for good? Yeah.
Mine or some? Is it mine or someone that I've seen?
You can take the question however you want it to go.
There's been many. There's been many. I think it's probably not even like Southern African music. I'll say Michael Jackson, because like when I went to the history tour and just seeing him on stage. and what he went through in his life, and seeing how at home and how free he was on stage, and he was just the ultimate performer. You know, Fantasia. Seeing Fantasia live was just something completely different.
In London?
In London.
Wow.
Yeah, when she took her shoes off, you knew. It was time.
It's about to go down.
It was time. So, yeah, no, because I've been immersed in music as a whole.
Yeah.
You know, I know the Ubuntu show seems kind of niche, but like I said, I've been raised in hip hop.
Yeah.
I've been raised in like seeing Busta Rhymes, and when I grew up, those are like the people that I was, you
Nice,
know,
yeah, I love
Common and those
Right,
type.
right.
That was kind of like an influence as well. And then also there used to be a group called Amandla.
Okay.
Amandla was like a South African sort of like tour group.
Okay,
This
so
was,
choir.
it was more like a theatrical group.
Awesome.
This was in the 80s.
Okay.
So seeing them and them telling the story on stage, that was very powerful.
Wow.
You know, so it was just the whole history of the apartheid, and they put that into like a theatrical performance.
Wow.
That's something that stood out
Yeah.
for me. Yeah, so I think in terms of where we are now, genre, like in the deep house, going home and just being with Masia and M. Patrick
Yeah.
in South Africa, from the Godfathers of Deep House, I say. Because like M. Patrick and Masia and the guys in South Africa just took me under their wing.
Yeah.
And like I said, because I wasn't raised in South Africa, going home and being made to feel welcome
Yeah. Yeah.
as a South African, it meant a lot. You know, because I'm kind of like in a weird situation.
The duality is not
Yeah, because I live in England, but I don't really feel
British.
right. But when I go home, because it's home, it's in my blood, it's in my DNA. But because I wasn't raised in South Africa, there's a lot of things that I still miss out. So being able to go to South Africa and being able to DJ out there with the likes of the Godfathers, Deep House, SA, that is something that will stick with me for the longest while. Yeah.
Gorgeous, beautiful. You know what? I'm most excited to hear the tracks that you select for this, and feel free to have fun with it, because, like you say, your history and your kind of upbringing means that your the taking in of all of these different cultures is probably going to show in your taste. Of course, being brought up here since after sort of teenage years, you've also got all these other influences from like non-SA genres as well. So there's a multitude of all of these different influences that count for your kind of music taste, which I'm really excited to kind of get into. Let's go on a journey. Do you want to load up your first track and then all right, perfect. Okay. Feel free to play it and then we'll have a bit of a conversation about it. Okay.
I will just give you a little background.
Yeah, go ahead.
As I said, Mum she was part of the struggle and everything in SA. So the track I'm gonna play now, we're going back.
Yes, let's do it.
By an artist called Gippy, and this is some of the music that we used to listen to in the house as we was growing up.
Yeah.
So she's no longer with us, bless her soul. And as today's Mother's Day,
Yeah.
happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. I'm gonna play something that I used to play in the house when we was younger. It is a very long track, so we won't go all the way to the end. But I'm gonna play the track, and let's go back in time. This is the sounds of Kipi and a track called Shona. This is a music that we used to listen to when we was younger. Obviously, my mother's influence, and it just the music from Southern Africa has come a long way. You know, like with the jazz in the house, and when she was cleaning, or that the music just told a story. You know, he was a great legend, and I never got to see him live, but it was just something that was just always in the house. You know what I mean? So that's part of my history. Yes,
Such an education. I can't thank you enough. Like, that is such a gorgeous track. There's something about SA jazz that just like captures your heart, you know? Especially in SA. I think it was 2 years ago when I really realized the breadth of like how much jazz has influenced everything.
Yeah.
In SA, it's like, it's so core to every musician that is kind of making music post like the 80s or something. You know?
Yeah. I mean, like the music is like where you are now. Deep house, Kwaito, Afro house has come from somewhere. There's a lineage to the music, and like the next artist, he also from that era, but more 80s around that. I would say he's a legend. He's a legend. He had he did the soundtrack to Cry Freedom. Film that was with Denzel Washington, and I think he actually got an Oscar for it back in the day. He's another jazz musician alongside the likes of Hugh Masekela. His name is Jonas Gwangwa, and a lot of the artists back then fought the struggle through music as well. So as much as there was the activism that happened as well, you had the likes of Miriam Makeba, Leta Mbulu. They were outside the country, but the music was
the way of the activism
the way was going through the music was part of that as well. So like Jonas is sort of, he's another one music we grew up to when we was younger. It is jazzy, and then after the jazz I'll switch it up a bit, but I think the main thing, like goes back to why I started the Ubuntu show, because it's to show you that we have a history. Amapiano came from somewhere. You know, Deep House came from somewhere. There is a history that goes way back, and we just tell it through the music. So this track is from Jonas Gwangwa, and it's called Dipororo. When you hear it, you will understand the struggle that as South Africans and Southern African people that we went through. This is part of our history. His name, Jonas Gwangwa. May his soul forever rest in peace. Thank you to Asanda London for inviting us on the show and giving us a chance just to go down memory lane. One of the tracks that I grew up to. And it's, as you can hear, the struggles in the music. And it's sort of like our music therapy.
It's so beautiful.
And yeah, his album was great. I mean, he's got a catalogue of music. There's Jonas, there's Hugh, there's so many others.
Education.
Yes. So from Jonas Gwangwa, there's a lot of music. There's so much music. Like 10 tracks is not a lot that we can go through. But there was a lady who...
Such a storyteller. Such a storyteller.
There was a lady who epitomized South Africa at a certain time, you know, and she did a lot as well. And so I'll bring her next. A lot of people back home will probably know who she is, and as it's a weekend, we had to bring you Brenda.
Yeah.
So this is Brenda Fassie and a track called Weekend Special.
Wow.
Another track that we grew up to.
Yeah.
She meant so much. And as we're just going through the history of the music from Southern Africa, we shall give you Brenda Fassie.
You don't have the chance
This is the sounds of Brenda Fassie. An icon. A legend. We're just playing music that we grew up to. Music that influenced the Ubuntu show. Southern Africa has such a rich history of music. And the next one. We keep showing the diverse nature of our music. Into something like this. This is Brown Dash and a track called Vroom Vroom. So Asanda asked us to prepare 10 tracks that we like. This one is from Brown Dash. The next one is from a lady called Tabsy. It's also old school, but it's something that used to play in the house. One of my top 10 tracks. There is more than 10 tracks, by the way. Track called African Queen, Tabsy.
Special, like nothing he's ever seen. You say you wanna care for me, treat me like royalty. Black diamond, the rarest you'll ever find. You wanna hold my hand, you wanna be my man. You say you wanna take me to Ghana, show me up to his mama. He say you wanna take me to Lagos, introduce me to Tiwa. Take me to Dubai. Ang patigate, I'm his African queen. He wanna love me. Wamba mama shome, wamba get figa, wamba mama hips, kiss me on my lips. He said that I'm his African queen. He wanna love me. I'm his African queen, and he wanna love me. He's queen. Couldn't find another girl, no. He wanna hold my hand, he wanna be my man, He say you wanna take me to Ghana, show me up to his mama. He say you wanna take me to Lagos, introduce me to Tiwa. Take me to Dubai. I'm patigate, I'm his African queen. He wanna love me.
Name of the track is African Queen from Tabsy. It's just a selection of some of our favorite tracks. Changing up the style. The next track, My Lady Soul.
EXT Radio, broadcasting live from Hackney, East London.
The music varies. The emotion doesn't. My Lady Soul. For the younger members of our audience, the original, The Temptations. This is DJ Kuza. We haven't got long left. maybe one or two more or three. The next lady that I'm gonna bring in, she was a guest on EXT about 2 years ago. She has one of the most recognizable songs, and we had to bring it. One of my top 10. It's a remix, but when you hear it, you'll know the track. We bring you now the sounds. Let me play it, and you'll know who it is. It's the sounds of Marley. King Touch, Andy Keys. So once more, I'd like to say thank you very much to Asanda for inviting us onto the show. We have one more track of my top 10. Do we even play 10 tracks? Who knows? But anyway, we have...
I have one thing I need to say about this track real quick. I've never heard this version before, and listening to it, after you said King Touch, I can even hear King Touch on the track. It's got King Touch all over it. The way he produces, that sound is so him. Crazy! Crazy! That's crazy!
So thank you to Asanda.
Thank you!
Thank you to our brother Troppo. We've taken you on a little journey of the sounds from Southern Africa. We do everything. It's all about emotion. And I am, because we are. So the last track that I play, sometimes we're not always feeling our greatest, should I say. This is my go-to track that picks up the spirit, that picks up the soul. So we end on this beautiful track from a wonderful, wonderful lady. It goes something like, before I do that, thank you once more. Make sure you follow Asanda. She has a wonderful, wonderful career in front of her. She's doing so much for the scene. You are seen, you are heard. Thank you.
Thank you.
And we end just like this. Last one of the day. Track from Lady Alma. Let it fall. Once more, we say thank you to Asanda London. Make sure you follow. Make sure you support.
You need to let it rain. You got to let it rain. Why don't you let